This question's for Rain specifically. You've been with FaZe since 2016, and before that under different banners. You've seen 20 odd teammates come and go. How does this lineup that you have right now compare to those previous lineups?
I've had a lot of teammates over the years, and I've get a lot of experience from a lot of different players. I've been able to play with a lot of the best players that are in the world. This team for me is the role wise, it's probably one of the most set teams that I've had. In the past, we always tried to build this super team of a lot of skilled individuals that just gonna run around. But with the lineup we have now, there's clear roles, I feel like, and I feel like everybody has a purpose in game. And I think it's one of the best iteration of FaZe, even though we haven't shown it yet. I think this lineup has a clear potential that we haven't really unleashed for this lineup.
Sweet, just a quick question for karrigan in two parts. What, I guess, drew you back into FaZe earlier this year when you came back, and once you joined them again, were you looking to make quick and drastic changes, or were you looking to work with what they had currently?
So first part, obviously, I had a good relationship the whole time with the FaZe organization, and obviously had that for a long time. I feel like that's where I've been the most comfortable, most trusted in the way I'm thinking of the game, the way we handle the team, transfers, and all this stuff. So I knew coming into FaZe that I have the trust from the organization, and I think that is key thing as an in-game leader, knowing that whatever happens, you know ahead of time and not feeling pressured, right? But last time it went wrong, and we have talked that through and made sure that we're all on the same page how to handle this stuff. And like it's two different teams, right? One team I could join the FaZe is experienced players, hungry, want to come back at the top, or Mouse where it's young players who is hungry to come to the top for the first time, right? So it was more the organization part that drew me back to FaZe, knowing that they will have my back in case it really goes bad with the lineup. That I know they're willing to do changes for the future. But joining FaZe now to the second part, this is the lineup that's way better than the one I had when I started in FaZe, right? So that motivated me a lot, knowing that after FaZe sold Nico, there is possibilities if we don't like what we see on the server, right? And for me, that is just good to have that as a backup plan. But right now, we are so close all the time that changing something would take 5 steps back, right? So we have to wait and see. So definitely the organization part was the biggest reason I changed to back to FaZe.
Just sort of piggybacking off of that with the whole HLTV rankings being a point of topic here, is that something that you guys are super worried about, or something that you're looking at on a week-to-week or a month-to-month basis, or do you care more, I guess, about your performance? Like, we're talking about how your performance was super close fights, and that might not be reflected in the rankings. So I guess, do you care more about that team performance or that number that shows up on HLTV?
I mean, to be sure, we were a little scared about Cologne Invite. I'm not going to lie about that. That's where you care about the ranking of ESL and HLTV, right? Because we could see that the last invite for the plane was getting really, really tight, depending on the results in the flashpoint, right? So, yeah, at that moment you care, obviously, right? Missing out on the first LAN in 60 months, that was devastating to us as players, right? We that's what we want. But on a daily basis, when you're that far down, you don't really care, right? You just have to focus on the results. Are we losing 16-5, 16-3 to the best teams? Then yeah, okay, we need to do something. But like I said, it's so close games that when you start thinking, oh no, we're 35, it doesn't really change anything. But obviously, if you are number 2, number 3, you want to be number 1. You know, that's where you like care a little more about that. So at this moment, I'm not even thinking about the HLTV ranking. I'm just focusing on the game to make sure we go in the right direction. And it's hard to see. It's very small baby steps, but maybe soon this baby step can become a titan at this LAN.